Salutations, my wonderful people, and welcome to another Size Zero stream. It's been a while. It's been a while, hasn't it, Styrmit?
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
It has indeed been a while.
So, as always, I'm Godpool, and with me are my buddies, Einar Auskett, otherwise known as Rai.
How are you doing?
Viggi, who is playing Styrmit Jonsson. And then we have Shade, who is playing the role of Óttarinn Óli.
Amazing!
Yeah. Ótrúlega.
The unbelievable. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I have everything and anything.
kind of because it's been a while, I'm just going to very quickly, just reiterate that we're playing a system that me, Rai, and Viggi, we made this thing just kind of on the spot on the first stream we had of this. And we're just kind of developing this thing as we go. And so if shit seems really weird, it's because we're playing a homemade system. We will probably, from time to time, because it's been a while since we've played, we might check from time to time our rules once more and explain them. But that's just kind of if it happens, it happens. So, now, before we start, I'd like for you guys to recap, because I have notes what happened last time, but I'd like to remember it from your point of view.
Alright. As far as I remember, so we went out looking for new supplies to journey out into the world. We went into the kitchen, and there we faced the beast most dire. But luckily, I managed to hold it off while the two of them escaped under the door, and then I could make my own escape. I told it just didn't get stuck in the door and fended off the rat.
Strange. I remember something differently.
Yeah, you must not be remembering. It has been a while. Through said door was the office, and there we got really neat supplies. Do you remember which supplies, Styrmit?
I have... Hold on, did I actually write any of this down?
I freaking hope so.
I have what the stuff that I took, which was a stitching needle and a handkerchief. We also have a bunch of smoked meat in a plastic bag.
Yeah, because you went into the refrigerator.
Yeah.
And you climbed up, and who almost broke their? Óttar broke his forearm.
Yeah, he did.
You have no evidence of this?
I have it written in my notes. Shut up.
Notes.
You slipped on some meat and you broke your arm.
What are notes?
What I'm looking at right now. But yes, continue the recap.
Let's see. We got our supplies, and then we tipped over a trash can so that we had a place to sleep. That's about...
You did climb on top of a... you did climb on top of a desk there for a while.
Yeah, but there was no danger there. We just used the trash can, the chair, and jumped on top.
I'm resetting your luck for all of you to... I'm setting the luck for all of you back to 2.
Oh, my luck was already 2.
Back to 2? We get it back to full, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the only one at 2.
I was looking at Einar when I said this.
Right.
Because his luck is garbage compared to yours, Sidmit. He's not very lucky compared to you.
Oh no, I'm super unlucky because I keep having to use my luck points.
Yeah, because you roll shit. One moment.
Well,
My dice are so far away.
Salutations! Salutations!
My everything just went like bananas.
Oh god.
I was gonna try to prevent that from happening. Now, you wake up very early in the morning. It's gotten quite customary for you guys to go to sleep early because of all the hiking and all the excitement that you guys are experiencing now that you've changed in size. And you wake up in this tipped over trash can with, if I remember correctly, you tipped over the trash can and you bundled yourselves underneath a bunch of the trash with most of your things like a little bit away, so that in case rats or something came, they would not be lured to you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this was probably one of the more comfortable rests that you've had. Like, even compared to the mop that you slept on, like, there's just so much stuff there. Like, even though it's just paper and all that sort of crap, it's still like, there's just so much, and it just feels a bit softer and more comfortable. Although you do feel like you had a better rest, but your body feels probably a little bit like more like uncomfortable. You also probably felt a lot more felt much safer knowing that you were kind of protected from most of the outside forces. Especially knowing that there were rats in the kitchen.
Or you know, inside forces too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, what are the plans now? Now that you've managed to get some interesting things. One of you got a flat battery box, which you can craft into a backpack.
We already did that. I have in my inventory a box for inventory.
Yeah, I see it here. I wasn't sure whether or not you had already made it into a backpack.
Yes, I have.
Okay. And I'll just write backpack here for you so that I know it. Alright. You also have, if I remember correctly, the soy sauce bottle, which you can use for water, and which you've put some water in, right? If I remember correctly, you already put some water in it.
Yeah.
Now, what's the plan, guys? Is the plan to check out this office a little bit more, or are you going to attempt to head back through the kitchen into the main dining area, main restaurant area?
I'm pretty sure we've we explored everything in here, so...
Well, you explored at least the, tabletop of the desk.
True. As we were up there, was there anything else around that?
Not on the table, maybe on some of the, maybe on some of the shelves, but it's really hard to get there.
Yeah, that's not worth the risk. Broken necks are only, so unlikely.
So, the plan is to head back?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. You do have a plastic bag with a bunch of food in it, if as you said.
Yes.
It's the plastic bag that you guys created yourselves. I'm gonna add that to Stidmus inventory. I forgot to do that. Arms almost wrote plastic bag or smoked meat. Now, you begin the journey back towards the main restaurant area, heading back towards the towards where the kitchen is. You did note this when you went there, came through the door, but there is another door that seems to lead into a. There was one door that's directly in front of the kitchen, which seemed to be like a bathroom, and one next to it, which seemed to be like a storage space for like cleaning supplies. But you guys, if I remember correctly, decided not to go there because you wanted to go directly to the office first. Because you were, because that's where you were heading. Is there, do you guys want to check out the other areas? It takes a while to walk between these areas. Like,
I say we head back, seeing how we have most of the stuff we can carry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think cleaning supplies will help.
Alright. Well, you reach the kitchen door, and as you guys remember from the day before, it is very, it's not going to be easy to get under it, at least without assistance. And you don't know whether or not there are rats at the other side and are ready. You don't expect them to be like ready for you, but you don't know how close they would be to the door.
Especially because I wounded one of them.
Yeah.
Indeed. Take that,
Stabbed one of them with a splinter.
No, it was the.
Oh yeah, the scissors, the textile scissors you had.
Mm-hmm.
Which you were very lucky to find. Didn't you have them on you? I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, you basically you're gonna have to get underneath the door. It's kind of just it's a squeeze. It's mostly gonna be hard for Ottar because he only has one arm really to do any pulling.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is more of a brawn thing than a coordination thing. You just kind of have to squeeze yourself through and pull. So, let's see. You for everyone basically. So I just want all of you to roll a difficulty 2, with the exception of Ottar, who needs to roll a difficulty 3. So you need to roll.
Can't.
Yes, you can.
I have 0 in Ron.
Brawn. Yeah, you. Oh yeah, you don't get any dice on it, so you don't. Yeah, because you took damage in it. So yeah, you don't have any brawn.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, wouldn't
Yeah.
you
Last
have
time
to
we
him?
like opened up the rubber.
Yeah.
so
Yeah, you
we
can
could-
lift it for him to go through without any problems.
Yeah. I'd say we one of us goes ahead, and then we lift from both sides,
Yeah.
and then he squeezes through.
Basically, then just
Do
the,
you
the
want to do the honors, or shall I?
I'll squeeze through. I'm starting to get used to this.
all right.
All
So
right.
so roll 1, just a difficulty 2, brawn.
Here we go. I rolled a 6.
All right.
Needed a 6.
Ah, sweet.
Wait, is this a 9? No, it's a 6.
yeah, you managed to squeeze yourself through, and it seems to be safe on the other side, at least for now. You don't see any rats. You don't actually hear anything really as well. It's pretty dark.
That's
Especially-
not true. I fear a lot of things. Oh wait, did
You
say
feel.
hear?
You
Oh,
hear. You don't hear.
Well, that's disturbing.
It's very quiet. It's also pretty dark since there's no light really coming in here.
That is extra disturbing. Fair enough, but I will hold up the.
There is like one of those ceiling windows, but like because it's dark outside, still, it doesn't really help.
No light coming through.
Well, there's a little bit, which is why it's not pitch dark.
Ah. Alright. I'm holding the door.
Alright.
thing.
Yeah, it's basically you hold it and Otter gets through without any troubles. It's not really gonna be anything for you guys to hold it up. It's just lifting, and you're holding it for like maybe a minute. So it's not really challenging at all. However, Einar, you're gonna have to get through. Yeah.
Brawn 2?
Yeah. No, Brawn 2 for you. So you roll 1.
Styrmer, can you also try to help me?
Yes, hold on.
I remember I had some difficulties last time.
Yes, can I give him an assist?
Yes. You'll get to roll 2 dice instead of 1.
Alright.
Oh no, there's dogs. Run.
Rats have started to bark.
Oh no. Oh no,
Extra
wolf
bad.
rats. Run.
I roll a 5 and a 10, so I make it.
Yes, you do.
Critical.
You got a feeling lucky because of your friend. Let's see. So yeah, you managed to get through without any big problems. It's pretty easy, man. You don't see why Otter needed so much help. But then you look and see his broken forearm, and you go like,
I
well.
would not have forgotten that.
I know. The kitchen is pretty dark. It's not pitch black darkness in there, but it's pretty dark in there. And it's very hard to see. So if you really want to see something in there, you're gonna have to like roll for it specifically. But again, it will be at least a difficulty 3.
I might as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna activate my eye power! By that, I just mean I have a skill that is basically perception.
Yeah.
Now,
Perception for your
that was
eyes.
brains, right?
That was brains, yes.
Yes. All right. So I have that.
I'll just check to be sure because it's been a while. Brains is senses. So yeah.
All right. You said it's a difficulty 3.
Yeah.
Right. So I need 2 successes,
Yes.
and I fail both.
Oh, you don't manage to see anything here. It's really hard to see.
Yeah. Needed a 7, got a 5 and a 6.
Oof.
Ooh.
Yeah. You look around and it seems to be safe at least.
Nothing that I can see.
Yeah.
But we should probably be quiet, just in case. And I have my scissors out.
Yeah. To remind you, Stedman, you do have a stitching needle, which basically works like a spear.
Indeed, and it is currently firmly planted into the carpet. Yes.
There's not a carpet in there. There was a carpet outside the room.
Crud. Well, anyway, I'm leaning it up against something while I hold.
Yeah,
The door.
this is just like a tiled floor, kind of like traditional in kitchens and stuff.
True hygiene standard.
Because you do not want to have a carpet in like a restaurant kitchen.
No.
It sounds horrible.
I'm pretty sure you would lose your license if you did.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you hold it, kind of waving it in front of you. Doesn't seem to be any dangers, at least that you can see. Remember, you could go to either side. There's like a middle counter, like a table in the middle of the kitchen, which you could go either side to. And you would know that probably once you reach the, like, going through here, and with the, yeah, you'd probably be able to go through there. It's probably like around, like, yeah, actually there's a little, yeah, it's probably around maybe 10, like reaching 10 in the morning. You woke up around 5, 6-ish. You guys went to sleep around, what, 10, 9?
Well, we didn't really know what time it was.
Yeah. But, yeah, you would know that it would probably be, like, estimating how long it took you last time, you'd probably think that at least you would get some daylight in. And maybe by the time you reach the other end, like, daylight won't have been, like, passed, but it's probably gonna be almost, like, dark again. It will probably take most of the day to get back all the way over.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. It took about the same time to get there.
Yeah. Most of the time, it, like, 2/3 of the day from the door, like in the kitchen, it took you 2/3 to get to the desk, and like 1/3 of the day went to climbing up the desk and doing all the stuff there. So yeah, it's most of the day will go into walking, trying to get to the main restaurant area. So which do you want to take, the right side, the same side you went when you went there last time, or do you want to take the left side, which you have?
The right side, like, way faster.
I know there's really no difference between the sides other than the refrigerator is on the right side from you, which is why you went there last time.
Oh yeah.
Is there any difference?
I think we should go left, because if I remember correctly, we left the fridge open.
We did.
No, you cut a hole into it so that you could get into it again and climb into it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure rats can get in there too. They are sneaky buggers.
It's very tight.
Probably-
It's very tight for the rats to get in there. Like,
Yeah, but the smell.
yeah.
The smell.
So let's go left.
It's the rubber basically. You cut a hole in the rubber, but
Yeah.
it's possible they could probably, like, by trying to force themselves in there, they could possibly pop open the door.
Yeah. They can do wonky things with their spine and get into unbelievably cramped places.
Yeah. So yeah, you're going to go the exact opposite way you went last, so the left side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is eerily quiet as you begin walking towards the left side of the counter, and once you spend about an hour walking, you kind of start hearing, like, a little bit of light starts to shine properly into the room, and you start hearing a little bit of the like the little bit of a kind of a rat, like, squeaking sounds from what you assume are the rats that are somewhere close by.
Okay, I just say that we should probably be very, very quiet.
Yes. Agreed.
Shh. But let us keep going.
I'm going to... Alright. Since you guys are going to be really quiet, I want you guys to I want you guys to roll for me a coordination difficulty 3, because rats can hear really well.
May I
Alright,
spend a skill point on very quiet as a skill?
Yes, you can.
Perfect.
So,
I hear a doggo.
yeah, there's a doggo in the background. I'm sorry about the doggo.
D10s?
It's D10s. You always roll D10s.
Can you remind me how difficulty works?
Difficulty 1 is basically that's basically you automatically succeed something. Difficulty 2 is you roll 1 die and you need to succeed. And the higher the difficulty, the more dice you need to roll.
Right, so it's a difficulty 2 on
3.
being quiet. Difficulty 3, oh damn.
Yeah, because rats can hear really well.
Yeah, I am going to spend a luck point in an extra die.
Yes, go for it.
Because I'm feeling very unlucky.
I'm gonna be a really nice dude, and I'm gonna give you a hint. Stimmy, you have steady feet. It's relevant to balance stuff, but you know, you
No,
could argue that sneaking around means you need to be balanced.
I'm going to argue no, so I refuse your advantage.
Since we are going to sneak,
Oh boy! Wait, hold on. I rolled only 2 die. I get an extra one because I spent a luck point.
I would like to try to
no.
save you.
I just hear you. Oh boy.
So I rolled a
We're
2,
going to sneak.
a 3, and a 4.
Tie some of these soft handkerchiefs around our shoes, so we don't make as much noise.
So you're gonna.
You say that, and you hear a ee as I screech to a halt.
I'm gonna spend a luck point to get an extra die because.
All right. So you have this huge handkerchief that you guys were gonna cut down. Do you? You could have cut it down before you try to leave. That would.
Fair enough.
Like before you left the office.
Alright, remind me, what do I need to go to get to casts?
You need to get above. You need to roll and add your coordination to your die and get higher than 10. 10 or higher.
Yeah. With the handkerchief boots, do we get a lower DC or?
You and Oftar would get it because Stidman already rolled.
Right.
Indeed,
I would also
have
like
already
to
failed.
activate my skill. Work smart, not hard.
So I got 2 10s?
That means you succeeded really well, but I was going to give you an extra die for it, but you obviously don't need it because you got 2 10s. But Einar, you will get an extra die, but you wanted to activate your skill, work hard, work smart, not hard.
Not hard.
Yeah. How do you want? How are you going to use it? By
Putting the handkerchief on our boots.
yeah. I'll work with that. I'll allow you to use the skill with it.
All right.
By the way, Shade, if you have a skill that applies to the situation, you can add the number you have to it. So if you have like 2 ticks in foosball, and you need to roll coordination, and you can apply the foosball skill to it, you would have a 6 plus the die roll instead of 4 plus the die roll, and etc.
Would illusion help with
I
this?
succeed twice.
No.
So
What about sleight of hand?
No.
What magic?
You don't really need it right now because you already succeeded.
And
But you would have had to argue it before you roll.
yeah.
But yes, you were saying, Anna?
2 successes.
Sweet. So there's only initially there is a creek from Stidmit, but with the swift actions of Einar, he kind of stops you, Stidmit, before you get any further. and hands you the handkerchief handkerchief to put on your boot. And with Otav's and Ena's assistance, you manage to kind of sneak by not making too much sound. And you think you're in the clear. Now, as you kind of this slows you down considerably since you're trying not to make any sounds.
Yes.
And you travel at least sneakily for what you think is about an hour. It's really hard to tell, but it does get a lot brighter during this time. But it's around that time when you start feeling safe again that you could stop sneaking about. You don't hear any of the rat squeaking sounds or anything like that, so you feel a lot safer about not sneaking about. But yeah, you think you lost about like maybe 2 hours of day by doing this.
A worthwhile
Investment.
being alive versus being late.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm sorry for this.
Cheers.
You will never be forgiven.
Prepared to be entered into the Book of Grudges.
That is such a great poem.
I know.
What is?
Book of Grudges.
Now, do you want to continue sneaking, or do you want to start traveling normally again?
How close are we to get out of the kitchen?
Yeah.
You're not incredibly close to it.
Wait. Rephrase that.
You're not very close to the exit of the kitchen. You're maybe halfway through.
Well, no, then we're not taking them off.
Yeah.
We'll take them off once we're out.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking. I didn't ask if you took them off. I'm asking if you're going to continue this to sneak, or if you're going to continue, or if you're going to continue by like picking up your pace a little bit.
I'd say we can pick up with a pace. They have a distraction with the fridge.
Yeah.
Alright.
So by picking up your pace, you kind of you don't go much faster. You start to kind of go on a normal walking pace properly. Like
Yeah, we're not running.
Yeah.
Or is it like we're still like wary of them?
Yeah. And luckily, because of your handkerchiefs, you don't make as much sound as you would like normally.
Yes.
And you kind of, with a wary eye, you look about as you head towards the door. As you draw to the end of the counter, the middle counter, you kind of stop because you see near where the mop is, where you originally slept. There seems to be a rat there.
Oh boy.
You see it as you're kind of passing by the the corner of the counter.
Very, very.
It doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. It is pretty far away, but you guys would know that the rat could like close this distance in an instance compared to the speed you guys go on. It scurries a lot faster than you guys move.
Indeed.
Man, all this talk about the rats makes me really oblivion.
Rodents of unusual size?
Yes.
Preposterous.
Halt, criminal scum.
Now, how do you want to deal with this obstacle in front of you?
What color are the tiles on the floor?
They are white.
What color is the handkerchief?
It is kind of like a checkered red-green color?
That will not work.
No.
Operation Look Like the Floor is a no-go.
Since when has something like that stopped you before?
Since the rat is like 10 times our size.
Yeah, exactly. When it could stomp you to death.
Actually, they're way bigger than we are, which is bad.
Yeah, they like when you stabbed the rat in the face with the scissors, it was really close and really big. Like, it hurt the rat, but like, yeah, it was not nearly like a killing blow.
No. But yes, we shall travel very sneakily to the door.
Imagine an elephant-sized rat. It's like comparatively.
Is Discord going bad for anyone else?
Seems to be only you. Not really surprisingly.
Only you currently.
Fine for me.
Fine for me.
Yeah, it seems like Stidmish just has the worst luck with Discord.
Which is funny, considering he's probably the man who uses Discord the most.
Yeah. I mean, you could try, Stidmish, you could try like disconnecting and connecting again, seeing if that fixes it. If he heard what I said, that is. But yeah, you might. It might be. You're gonna need to figure out some way to deal with that rat next to the mop. That is probably the biggest problem that you're facing right now.
Their mare has been disconnected.
Oh dang!
I think he was trying to connect and reconnect.
He is typing that he's lagging super hard.
Oh,
I'm gonna type back to him that he should restart his computer.
it's not the first time this happens. Now, while we deal with that, you can at least think about your possible the possibilities that are in front of you. I mean, there are a few things. There are always a few options. Just really depends on which ones you want to do.
Ah, your stuff freaks.
Alright, I'm back.
All
Whoa!
good now?
Okay. I think it's back.
Sweet.
Fantastic.
Did I miss anything?
Not really. I was just telling them that while we were waiting for you, they could try to devise a plan, but you came back before they started. So how do you want to deal with the rats? The rat, that is. The big bad rat.
I wonder if luring it with food is a bad idea.
It
Probably
probably is. I think it will rather go for us than the food.
True, and there are no places. I look around. Are there any places to hide?
Not in the not in the open. You could move along the counter, the counter on the other side, like that goes along the wall. But no, there's no obvious place to hide. You would also remember that you do have a bag with smoked meat in it. So even if you sneak it, the rat would probably pick up your scent.
Yeah, I think we should go by the counter on the opposite side, so we're further away and less smell.
Do you have any ideas, Oftar hin Orli?
Nope.
Outre.
Otruli.
Yeah, also stop messing it up, man.
I don't know why, but it was written wrong in my notes. So our magician has no magical solution to this.
Unless I would happen to have
You still have 2 skill points, just FYI. You can use them.
several pair of roller skates somewhere. So they're silent.
No. So really, well, you do. We did allow you to use magic tricks to pull like believable things out of your sleeves and stuff.
I mean, I have a pipette.
Yeah, but I will not believe that you had roller skates in there. So no.
Would you say it's unbelievable?
Ha! So funny. The humor is strong with this one. But yes, it would be unbelievable. So unbelievable, in fact, that it's even unbelievable for Otarhin, the unbelievable. But yeah, so you do just kind of scoot over to the other side. It takes like you get quite a bit of an extra distance between you and the rat. That rat doesn't notice you. But it takes you like between an hour, half an hour to an hour to get to the other side. It's a really big gap for you guys. But you are now you are covered by at least, you know how most counters when you get to the bottom it goes towards the wall a little bit and makes an indentation before it hits the ground. You're a little bit underneath the counter. So you are hidden by shadows a little bit. So sneaking around there would be a lot easier than sneaking around in the open.
Yeah.
But you would also know that the bag of smoked meat would still give you away pretty easily.
I mean, let's think about this. The smoked meat is such a small morsel for that rat. And you're treating it like we have a huge piece.
You have two days worth of it.
As easy to detect as you make it sound.
You have 2 days worth of it for 3 people.
Yeah, but
Very
we
small
are tiny.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are tiny. We barely.
Hey, I'm not saying I'm just giving you, the information that you guys would know about.
Yep.
I mean, it smells food, but it might see you guys, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I just know that you guys are gonna do something.
But yeah, we just have to keep going, honestly.
Do you want to just try to sneak along the wall and then scoot underneath the door when you get to it?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, because you are hidden in the shadows and with the handkerchief boots, I will give you guys. This should be pretty difficult, but I'm gonna have this at difficulty 2, and you get feeling lucky, which means you get an extra die.
Alrighty.
Instead of it being a difficulty 3, because.
So this is what? Coordination?
This is coordination, and it is basically the same thing as earlier, sneaking, which means that you can use your very quiet skill, Stidmit.
I roll an 8.
Oh yeah, did you put
You have 2.
Did you put
I rolled-
1 point into feeling quiet?
Yes, very quiet.
So you have 4 skill points left, right?
I have 5. I had 6 originally. I think you gave me extra.
I got a 9.
Oh yeah, I gave you an extra one to use for whatever. I forgot to note that down myself.
9 plus 2 and 10 plus 2, and then 4 plus 2.
There was only 2 dice that you needed to roll.
No, true.
So you didn't manage. You did manage it. You just need to tell me if you got higher than 10 or higher.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you. All of you made it, I think.
I rolled a 9. And unlike someone, I don't have 0 in that stat.
You manage to kind of. You slow down quite a bit. It starts to get dark again after a while. The room darkens, and you kind of scoot along the side, kind of hugging the wall. You notice the rat after a while. It starts to kind of like it doesn't linger for very long where the mop is. It seems to kind of scutter towards the counter, the counter in the middle, and it seems when it goes there, it seems something seems to catch its attention. And it doesn't like dart over to where you guys are, but it seems to be kind of like sniffing the area that you guys were at. But you have quite a bit of there's quite a bit of a distance between you guys now, and it doesn't know where you guys are, but it seems to be very it seems to be aware that something was there.
Okay.
Let's see. Einar, you are you are not pretty smart.
No.
None of you are pretty smart. So I'm not. So whatever I was gonna
brains
say.
of 3, thank you very much.
Yeah, I was gonna give it to somebody that had the brains of 4, but none of you have that.
Nope.
Sure do. Well, let me check.
I mean, you can roll. You can roll a difficulty 2 brain if you want me to give you possible information.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
I'm just not gonna try it.
I rolled a 6 when I needed an 8.
Whew.
I suggest that we wait until the rat has left.
That is a suggestion.
But it is behind us,
Is it?
right?
It is where you guys were before you moved over to underneath the counter.
In that case,
It's basically at the old. It's technically seen behind you, but it's where you guys were before. It seems to be at least picking up your scent. It seems.
So staying would be very bad.
Yeah.
Let us leave.
in that
But
case,
do not make a commotion.
no, just move as fast as you can.
Make a commotion, you say?
Shush it, you.
Otarenole, shut the fuck up. You kind of rush. I'm gonna see whether or not this rat will notice you guys. All of you succeeded pretty well, so this is gonna be hard for it.
Yeah, also, we're really tiny.
Yep, you are.
Also, we have a safety torch.
It like you don't like you pick up the pace, but you make sure not to make any more sound. You actually quite skillfully managed to kind of go on the same pace as you were like before, but you don't make any extra sound. However, the rat does seem to pick something up. It doesn't seem to know where you guys are, but it does seem to know that something's up, and its head starts to kind of dart. Like it was sniffing around, but like once you guys start moving, it darts up a little bit, not knowing where the sound is coming from. But you're not sure whether or not it's the smell or the little bit of sound that's coming from you. You find it more likely. You find it likelier that the sound, it's the smell that's kind of getting its attention.
Okay.
But it does not, again, it does not seem to have noticed you at all.
So we can hug one of the walls to make sure we're not on it.
I mean, you're basically hugging the wall this entire time, and and the
Creeping
rats,
ever closer to the door.
because of your diminutive size, it doesn't seem to have it doesn't seem to be like, it seems to pick up your scent, but has a hard time kind of pinpointing where the smell is, like where it's going, and because so it's kind of scattering, like sniffing the area. So you you guys do get quite a bit of a distance on, and you manage to reach it starts to get really dark in the room, and you've managed to get basically all the way to the corner of the counter that you were moving along, and you're moving along the counter towards the door. You would know that the counter goes along the wall, then takes a tiny turn, and then goes up. It basically goes as close to the door as it could, but it takes like a turn, and then another turn.
Yeah.
So, my God, I want to show you guys how it looks. It's basically a the corner looks something like that, just like you are moving, taking corner to corner. It's a very shitty representation, but you know.
I have, like, I literally cannot wrap my head around how that works.
I'm sorry, that was a very shitty representation.
For those of you listening, he just drew a couple of M's.
He did 3 M's, and then he did an enter, did then
No,
a
he did
space,
2
and 3 more
M's.
M's.
Alright, let's see if I can do this properly.
I think is supposed to symbolize move or something, but who the fuck knows?
The M's are the walls.
Okay.
There.
And this is why we use a grid.
There! The blue line represents the counter. That's basically how the corner goes. You're basically where you can see the very scribbled blue line. That's basically where you are, and you're turning along the counter again. And when it where it says Kopavor, that's basically the corner that you're turning right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So you move along that all the way down, and then you should be at the door.
Get out.
So you're very close to the door at that point. So you continue to kind of sneak along. It's getting really dark. What's helping you guys the most is the fact that you guys can you can hug the wall, so you always know which way you're going. The darkness doesn't seem to hinder the rat very much at all.
No, probably not.
And let's see.
Damn superior genetics.
It
But
seems
they need
to
superior genetics.
And
splicing.
as you think that you're kind of in the actually, I want you guys just for this is pretty easy because you know where the rat is. Roll for me a brains for perception hearing. Like you're paying it.
I can't use eye for that.
You could try to see, but it's you know semi where the rat is, but this is more like you want to hear this.
Stilmer, I got it.
Sweet.
What difficulty did you say it was?
It's a difficulty 2.
Alright.
If you want to try to see, it's gonna be a difficulty 4.
I got it. I got it.
I did not. I
Lo
rolled.
and behold, I failed.
I got it.
All right. So
Your magical eyes see.
you can see the door. The door seems to be like maybe five or so minutes away, but you do hear scuttling sounds coming closer. It's not like it isn't the sound of like, oh, I found you. It's the sound of there, like something is approaching fast, but not like as fast as you would expect a predator coming at you.
It's a spider.
That would be terrifying. I can just imagine Soup seeing this spider in this world, and he'd get a heart attack. But yes, you do hear the scuttling sound. It's like it's something seems to be approaching pretty fast
Yeah.
in your direction.
It's up to Ottar, we don't hear it.
And as you are smart enough to figure out that, like, if the rat managed to figure out, like, that you guys went to the to the other counter, it's probably gonna be easy for it to find you guys if it's over there.
I think it's gaining on us.
And we must pick up speed.
I look around again. Is there any place to hide?
No, not really. This is a kitchen, so
How close is
the
the door?
door is within 5 minutes of you.
Is there like a crack that we can squeeze into, like between the counter and the wall or something?
Unlike the door at the other side, this one actually has just kind of like this one isn't nearly as tight. It doesn't have like rubber, but it's like small. A rat would not be able to go through this. You're pretty certain of that, but you guys could easily go underneath it. This is not a squeezing through kind of situation.
Sweet, let's move.
So you guys start running. All right. Now all right, so I'm going to give you guys a choice. Actually, yeah, you're running. I just want you guys to... I want to see whether or not you guys have the stamina to do this.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Wait, wasn't one of you a chain smoker?
I used to be a smoker, but I quit. The damage is done.
So,
What's
You-
that are we rolling for?
you are going to be rolling health because you're rolling stamina. You are basically...
Leggings.
Because you guys think because of Otha's comment, you guys, I'm guessing you guys are like making a break for it. Like you're gonna be sprinting for it, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I want you guys, because you're gonna be sprinting at like as fast as you guys can. So I want to see whether or not your lungs can hold out the 5-minute like top speed sprint.
Ow. Here
Panic.
comes
Wait
What's
a
the-
minute. Hang on a moment.
what?
What
That it
difficulty is
was
it?
5 minutes away, and now that we've changed our speed to maximum, it's still 5 minutes away?
No. It takes you a lot shorter to get there. I had the number 5 in my head.
Alright.
It won't take 5 minutes, but like still, you're sprinting at top speed for like what, 2 minutes maybe?
So, here comes the question of all questions. Can me and Einar get the bonus from our tennis? That is some kind of athletic skill.
Oh. Well, Einar is already using his legging it.
Well, that's true, but may I use what
tennis
little...
would be way better.
yeah, well,
True.
yours fits better.
Actually, you could use legging it. I have legging it written here with legging it climb with feet.
Yes.
yeah.
So,
So that's a climbing thing. But yes, I will allow you to use tennis instead of...
We summon a burst of speed needed to slap that ball to the other side.
Yeah, what are you... Tennis is all...
What's
like, it makes sense. It's for short bursts of sprints. But what are you gonna say, Shade?
What difficulty was this?
This will be... this is... Like... This is gonna be really hard for all of you, because all of you suck in the health department.
Yeah.
My health.
Difficulty... It's gonna be a difficulty 2.
Made it!
Alright, I need to roll a 6 or above.
I need to roll an.
do it.
I need to roll an 8 or above.
I rolled a
That's-
7. Hell yeah.
I'm spending another luck point because man, do I need to roll well.
Thank you, Styrmir, for activating tennis. About it.
All right, so I need a 7. Go
Remember,
on.
Stidmir, you still have health at 2.
That is true.
I have
How many
coordination.
points do you have in tennis? I need to know.
I have 1.
I have 3.
Yes. So
But-
in that case, I rolled a 10. So phew.
After spending a luck point.
As you guys start sprinting at full speed, you hear it becomes obvious for you guys now that you hear the scratching sounds of something gaining on you kind of pick up, and you see past the corner as you're reaching the door. You're just almost at the door. You kind of look past your shoulder, and you see the rat, this big ass rat, just sprinting towards you as it sees you. And you can just kind of see it, and in the moment, you're probably imagining this, but in your kind of freaking out moment when you see it, where fear kind of grabs a hold of you, it feels like this rat is frothing at the mouth as it just
As
sprints
our
towards
lizard
you.
brains kick in, our
hear
imagination
a
goes
scream.
into-
A damsel in distress, but there are no damsels. Where did it come from? No one will
Enough!
ever know.
Ah,
Einar is, you just hear a shrieking sound. Now when that happens, you start like noticing a lot more screeching sounds because, there are more rats, and you start seeing like 2 more rats come past one of the corners and start to sprint towards you guys. And these rats scurrying along the floor, going like they're gaining on you so fast, and you see that just this sprint is just barely enough for you guys to get to the door. Now, I need to know: are you stopping to crawl under, or are you gonna try to slide under? You can slide under it.
Dude, we're sliding.
yeah.
If sliding
Maybe.
is
Maybe not him, but the council guys.
so, I'm gonna give you the costs and benefits of like both. So
Alright.
if you're climbing under, if you're crawling underneath, you're gonna have to slow down, and the rats might catch up to you, but you're not gonna like get stuck on anything. However, if you slide, you're gonna have to make a check, which could possibly have you get stuck on some wood, because you're changing from tiles over to wood, and you might get stuck. Like your clothes might be caught on something.
I'm sliding. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Einar is sliding. Styrmir, what are you doing? Are you sliding?
I'm gonna see how it goes for Einar before I.
Einar is sprinting way ahead.
We could be
Yeah.
heading to gravel and I would slide.
Nobody saw the scream, but nobody's gonna ever say it, but we all know from where it came. Fucking, Stephanie, why are you screaming? The NPC you guys met way
Yeah,
further.
God. Totally distracting in the kitchen. Like, I've never been to the shut up, Steph.
They try to flee underneath. So, alright, I want you to roll coordination. So, this is a coordination skill. I want you to roll. It's just a plain one. Yeah. You're sliding. It's a difficulty 2. You just need to succeed.
Alright.
Oh boy, here we go.
Hang on a second, I'm gonna calculate one thing. So I have spent 8 of my skill points.
That is very
I will
true.
now wish to activate another skill,
Okay.
which I'm going to call the cool factor.
Alright.
Now it comes into effect only when I do something unnecessary, but it's gonna look cool.
Okay. Okay. How many points do you want to put into it?
I'm putting I'm gonna put 2 into it, spending my last skill points. I have now spent all 10 of them.
Alright, so you have the cool factor.
Yes.
I'm gonna write in brackets behind it for unnecessary but cool things. So, how do you want to use this cool factor? How are you gonna activate it?
Instead of like the like just jumping and like falling to the ground thing, Einar is going to like as he's running, he just like dives onto his leg and does like you know, like the what they do on concerts, like the
Oh, you're doing the like the knee slide.
the knee slide, and like just like
you're
slide
playing-
under the door like that.
You're playing limbo as you're sliding.
Yeah,
For-
basically.
For those who are in the know, this is called the power slide.
Yes.
Power slide.
So you're gonna do a power slide.
Hell yeah.
Alright, I will allow you to use the cool factor for that because that is pretty cool. However, it seems to be very unnecessary.
It definitely is. Kids, if you're running for your life, don't do this.
You're like, if I'm gonna die, I'm at least gonna die cool!
Yeah. So I need to roll a 7 to make this. Because I have a
Oh,
coordination currently of 1, because I'm
Oh.
hurt.
Oh no.
Yes, you sprained your ankle if I remember correctly.
Yes, and I'm power sliding on a sprained ankle. Just, you know, to get this straight. And I roll a 4, but I'm gonna spend some luck.
Go for it.
And I'm gonna spend the other luck.
Are you spending both?
Yes, because I rolled another one and I got a 5, which is not enough. And I rolled a 10.
Oh! That, you
Last
needed.
luck point spent.
You never needed to be as lucky, so you used. So you used all of it.
Yes.
Alright.
And I want to say that when I'm sliding under the door, all of you know CSI Miami. I do the like yeah scream as I slide under the door, which would have been really embarrassing had I failed that.
If you had failed it, it would have been the like damsel in distress stream.
It would have been the yeah because I hit the door.
Damn it, Einar. Alright. See, after seeing Einar slide his way through the door, I'm thinking like, man, that must look so easy. I'm gonna try and do the same.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So you're doing the same?
Yes.
You're copying him because that looks like the best thing to do.
Well, it looks easy enough, so what could go wrong?
By the way, Einat, it does not feel good. Your knees do not like the transition from the tiles to wood.
I mean, the knees weren't on the tiles. What do you mean?
So,
When I hit the knees, it's on the wood, not the tiles.
Ow! So, here we go. I need a 6. Come on! Roll the 7. Phew.
whew. So
Do the
copying Einat, you do a power slide and like
No. I, like,
Alright, describe exactly what you want to do. Just
Yes.
to the detail.
Instead of doing that dumb move, I drop on my side, on my on my left thigh, and slide and make myself as flat as possible as I slide under the door.
It seems a lot more practical than whatever he did.
Indeed, and a lot better on my knees.
So, Otar, what is your plan? How do you
I'm gonna
want...
do the same thing as Still.
Oh no! This could
No,
go
I'm not.
poorly. Yeah.
I'm gonna, because I have a broken arm. I'm gonna have to
You have
slow
some
down.
coordination, right?
Oh. That door. While Otar crawls away from death. So, you need to stop and crawl. Now, I need you to roll things for this because you need to do this quickly.
Alright.
Let's see. I want you to roll it's a coordination, same as before, but you do get feeling lucky, so it's just a difficulty 2 with feeling lucky, so you get 2 dice instead of 1.
So what I'm rolling? Coordination?
Yeah, coordination with 2d10s. You just need to succeed on one of them.
So
Do you want to use your last 2 skill points to learn some skills?
What could I do for this?
I don't know.
Actually, could this be a magic trick? Kinda like, you know, when you have to slide, have to do something quickly in between when you're moving with your box.
You'll need.
You could call it quick preparation.
Exactly.
I mean, you could make. You can have a skill for it. I'm guessing the magic trick wouldn't, like, self would not imply this. Do you want to make another skill for it called quick preparation? Just what do you want to do?
Quick preparation, skill. Quick prep, last 2 skill points.
I'm gonna write quick prep for shows, just so that I know, like, the context.
Right, so... Yep, I made it on both dice, if that helps.
Alright. I want you to, like, I'll probably let you use it. I want to know, like, I want you to, like, properly explain to me why you would use this for this situation.
Alright, say, what's the best way?
You're on your own for that,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
old man.
Me by old.
Because again, you must be able to justify why you'd be using the skill for this certain situation.
So it's kind of like when the magician has to go through and get to the other side to, like, show he teleported or something like that. That's all I got.
I'd allow you to use illusion for that,
Alright.
because that is part of illusion magic.
Misdirection.
Yes. But yeah, I guess I'll allow it. Yeah, I'll allow it. It's a very vague-ish way to do it. Remember, You don't need to think within a very small. You don't need to think within a small box when you're thinking about your skills. You can like be as broad and as narrow with the skill as you want.
Like the cool factor.
Yeah, the cool factor is an absolutely dumb skill, but he needs to do dumb shit to get it. So,
Yes.
which will need to be like it will need to be cool in the eyes of everyone.
And it might make the check harder.
Yeah. Might make it unnecessarily difficult. It wasn't in this case, but you know. So yeah, you like your skills could have been like you could have made a skill that was just like fucking whatever really. But yeah, you would have made it with the illusion if you made it with the quick with
Yep.
2 extra. So yeah. Although slow, you do manage to kind of climb, crawl underneath the underneath, and kind of as you're getting through, the snout of one of the rats just kind of comes underneath under the door, and tries to snap at you.
No,
I was to
I'm not there.
stab it.
it's an optical
Oh.
illusion.
You wish to stab it, however, it is already snapping at where. But you can
Yeah,
stab.
that's-
You can stab it afterwards. So.
I shall.
In this situation, how much you don't have any brawn, so this is gonna be incredibly easy.
Wait, me?
Yeah, the rat's gonna have an easy time to do this.
No, you see, because I used illusion. Henceforth, it's attacking an optical illusion of me.
Yeah, no.
The rat gnaws at his cape. Will you sacrifice your cape?
Yes.
So basically, it just needs to succeed on a difficulty 2 to hit you. Let's see.
Sleight of hand. I'm not really there.
Not how it works.
Yeah, he will slide his hand away.
I
Yeah. So if I remember
reality
correctly,
with my own reality.
if I remember correctly with our fighting stuff, like you needed to succeed on like all of the dice to hit in that situation.
I think so.
So basically,
Combat was a bit wonky.
It was. I don't think we've used it much.
no. Basically, all right. The combat that we have, the written,
Succeed all of the things.
yeah, because like it gets easier and harder to hit depending on the difference in the combat stats being used. So yeah, it's gonna be incredibly easy for the rat because he has nothing in brawn, and the rat has more than him.
Yeah, so it's just 2.
This is
Well, the
how
rat does. Let's see. It does hit you, snapping at you, so it's going to hurt you. It snaps at your leg. Let's see, because that's the thing that would be easiest to snap. Now, my good friend Otar, can you do me a favor? You will take damage to your leg. You take 1 damage to your leg, but before the damage goes through, I want you to. You can roll coordination to kind of shake yourself free before. Otherwise, you might get pulled underneath, and he's basically grappling you in this situation.
So I roll 1 die.
Yes. Well, it's it's just a reaction, so I'm gonna just have it at it doesn't have a great grip on you, so it's gonna be a difficulty 2. So it's just 1 die with coordination.
Yeah.
I would allow you to use brawn, but you have no brawn, so.
No.
Now, I'm going to give Einar the option of stabbing with the scissors to assist.
I will.
So that will make it so that you get feeling lucky and you get to roll 2 dice instead of 1.
Good luck, Otto.
Mm-hmm.
You're
And
gonna
that
What did you roll?
I rolled a 1.
You rolled 2 dice, remember?
Yes. Snake.
Oh,
Oh boy! Oh boy!
luck point, luck point.
Use your luck. You have 2 luck points, man. You can use them both.
I have 1 luck point, thank you very much.
Where did you use? Why do you have 1?
I used the one earlier for
Oh yeah, you used 1 earlier.
so I reroll?
Oh, you
No.
get to add a die to the roll.
Right, so yeah, I'm gonna add a die. No.
Crap.
Oh god. Back into the kitchen. So, as the rat snaps and grabs Otto's leg, and you stab it in the snout, it recoils but does not let go of its grip, and it seems to just almost effortlessly start pulling him back to the kitchen.
I move quickly to try and grab Otar.
Okay. Styrmir grabs Otter by the one good arm. Einar, do you want to assist?
I think I'm just gonna keep stabbing the rat.
Alright, the stab, you don't really need to roll anything to hit. It isn't really... It's bothering it more than it's hurting it. Just because you're, you don't really get a good, aim at it. And, your scissors aren't very big comparatively. However, I will allow this to get I will allow Styrmir to have a feeling lucky on his brawn check that he's going to need to do to pull our good friend Otar free. A worst case scenario, Otar might lose his leg.
I mean, worst case scenario.
That's
So this is gonna be a difficulty 3 because you're pulling. No, actually difficulty 4 because you're pulling against a rat, which is a lot stronger than you.
Now, I will ask here, would steady feet give me help here?
Yes, actually, I'm gonna say yes because this requires you not to lose your footing.
Perfect. I'm gonna grab some more dice for this, cause man.
So you need to roll. You need to roll 3 difficulty 4. I said. So you need to roll
So
3 dice.
successes, but you have 5 dice.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what is your bonuses?
He has +4 in brawn.
Yes. I have 4 in brawn plus 1 die. So yes.
Do you want to use any of your skill points to maybe assist with this situation?
I don't think. I mean, unless climbing maybe could help, but I don't think.
Nah,
Climbing would not help in this.
I don't see how it would.
That's more.
I'm trying to think of a skill that would help, but I'm coming up short.
You're a bus driver, right?
I know
Yeah.
that I sit all day, so that doesn't really.
No, it does not help.
That does not help. Let's. I can't think of anything. I mean, I'm sure I could come up with a skill, but nothing that he would just have or become slightly better at.
All right.
I'm going to roll 5 dice, and I need 4 successes. Man.
Oh, you're using luck as well?
Oh, yes,
It-
I am spending 1 luck.
Yeah, that's.
Actually, no, I
Do you
get
have
plus
6 die then?
No, he should have, because it's 3 dice that he's rolling, and he gets steady feet, which would mean 4 dice.
Yes,
And you
then I
said he's feeling lucky.
Oh yeah, he's feeling lucky. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's true.
yeah, I forgot about
Okay.
that.
Alright, here we go.
So 5.
Come on. I need 3 6 pluses. So I rolled a 9, a 6, a 4, and a 2.
Oh,
Okay, are you gonna use any of those lucks?
Yeah, I will use 1 luck. I am down to 2. Come on,
Only-
dice. Don't
You only need
fail.
1 more success.
I know. Come on. 7. Hit it.
all right.
Oh yeah.
The grip of the rat, the grip the rat has on your foot is strong, but luckily, Styrmir, with the assistance of Einar, managed to pull you loose, Otar. However, the damage on your foot has been done, and it is mangled from where it bit.
No.
You will take a permanent -1 to your coordination.
Oh shit!
You did not lose your leg, but you will forever walk with a limp now.
Quick, magic a cane out of your hand and walk
Yeah.
with it.
Can I do that? Can I do that?
Sounds like a magic trick to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you would roll for a magic trick on that.
Alright.
Where were you?
Difficulty 1.
Ancient
What?
Chinese secret.
Difficult one, you say? Alright, let's see. This would be magic tricks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what skill again?
What skill? You're just using the
Oh,
magic trick skill, and this would
Yeah,
be
what
cool.
magic-
This would probably be, in this scenario, I would say. Would you say that this would be problem solving? Then it would be brains.
Brains, you say?
Yeah, I would expect. Actually, this is probably personality because it's a part of your magical tricks and shit. So.
Sweet. So I have 8 then total, and with 1 die.
So yeah, you
You
I
only
made it.
needed 2.
you only need that very little.
I made it.
Checks. So, when you have a broken foot, would you say that would increase the difficulty of checks requiring the use of your legs?
For a certain amount of time, yes.
That's- but he has a limp. A permanent limp, which will basically just, let's say, all treats all, let's say, checks requiring. What would you say a limp would, like, a limp that is really bad, like, really bad? What would you say that would entail in penalties?
Like a -1 to any movement check? A check based on movement, maybe? Yeah, not sure.
I was thinking that it would probably increase the difficulty of, like, movement-based things.
The health concerns usually don't change. Wait, no,
Yeah.
increases difficulty. Right, no, never mind. Yeah, probably.
It would be very similar to, like, because the broken forearm and the broken foot increases difficulty of checks requiring the use of both of your arms and both of your legs.
Yeah.
So, like, a limp that, like, you would not be able to run properly with a limp.
I'd say you get a penalty only when you're like over-exerting yourself.
I mean,
Like if you have
Would-
time and just like can do it at
Yeah,
your
I
own
mean,
pace,
normally
you shouldn't be getting any penalties. But if you're like hauling ass and just like this has to happen,
yeah, I'm
now.
I'm talking about, like, most
Rules.
of the times when you're using most of the times when you're doing checks, it's when you are, like, straining yourselves.
yeah. So, I mean,
No.
basically-
I'm not saying when we're straining ourselves. I'm saying that like when we don't have like the appropriate time to take our time doing things.
Ah.
Like in a pinch, he has a minus. Because if you have like the necessary time, you can just like take your time not to fuck up and use your bad leg. You can just like shift it in the right spot and like slowly do it without any problems. But
True.
when you're like really like shit hits the fan, you're in trouble.
as someone that has had like a limp, like one of the worst things when you have a limp, like sometimes it gets really hard to put like any weight into your leg.
Yeah, I would say that, yeah, when you're in a pinch, -1.
Yeah.
Increased difficulty in a pinch.
Increases the difficulty of checks during
Stressful moments or
stressful situations.
because when you're thinking fast, you probably put weight on it and don't realize you did. I will be right back.
Yeah, I would expect it to like not just affect your movement at that point. It would probably just affect like difficulty of physical checks. Because if it's physical checks, then it's not like gonna affect your brains and luck rolls, but it's gonna affect your health, brawn, and coordination. That makes sense.
Yep.
So just for you guys, I'm gonna send this over. So this is the current situation of Óttarhinn ótrúlega. He has many health concerns right now. But yes, your coordination went down permanently because of this limp. It hurt real bad.
It's fine.
It's fine. So,
I have a cane.
in immense pain, you pull out your hat and you pull out, take off your hat and you pull out a cane and you're like tearing up in pain. Your leg is mangled. Now a limp is if you manage to properly fix the foot and like set it. If you don't, you can still lose the leg in this current situation.
Okay.
But yeah, you seem to be safe from the rats at least. They are scratching at the door, but it does not seem to. They don't seem to be able to get to you.
Ha! Eat dirt. Oh shit.
Squeak, squeak.
Otter. Oh no.
Yeah, he looks really bad.
I'm fine.
His leg does not look fine.
Styrmir, you have children on your buses, they always hurt themselves. How do we fix this?
It's true.
Oh yeah, wait, no, he left. Ah, fuck.
Him a broken leg and a permanent lip. Yeah, you.
Do not worry. Harry and Stephanie seemed very good at this sort of thing. They were survivalists. Surely they know how to set you straight.
That's kind
That would be nice.
You're still pretty far away, as you would remember.
Yeah.
You're like.
I'm trying to make him feel better.
Yeah. But for you, you would know that it's basically a day's walk left, and you need, like, and it's. You guys are tired to begin with right now. You're kind of out of breath, and it's really dark in there. Especially behind the counter.
I'm gonna use some of my rope to, like, try to staunch the bleeding a bit, and I'm gonna wrap a lot of the.
You still have You still have one splinter left, which Stidman has. You could use that to set.
He'll definitely get that to for himself.
Yeah. So this is going to require you guys to do a first aid thing.
hence is why I'm asking for a Verminous
Yeah,
system.
because this is definitely... This requires coordination.
Definitely brains.
Yeah, this is brains. And let's just be honest, even though Othar should be the one doing it, he just can't. This requires setting the leg and fixing it. And it is funny though that Shade has been somewhat unlucky with the rolls happening against him, and like the first session he was here, he broke his forearm, and now he broke his leg.
I still got more limbs.
You have 2 more limbs to break and destroy. But yeah, that cane is gonna... Like, it's very limited how it's gonna help you. It's gonna help, but it's no crutch. Let's just say that. I'm guessing setting a leg and like binding it properly would be a difficulty 3, I guess. Because especially since it's mangled. Because imagine just a rat biting your leg and like crushing it, and you need to fix that.
Yeah.
Whew. And Stidman does not have any medical knowledge. Wasn't he the one that didn't he use medic before on? I think he was the one that used first aid before on someone.
Probably.
You used... I think you used... I think he did the... I think he set his forearm with your splitter. If I remember correctly. You set his... you fixed up Ottar's hand. Then then now you're fixing his... this would be his calf. Like, he was bitten in the... below the knee.
Okay.
Where did our bus driver go? What is he doing?
Said he had to BRB, and
It
stood by those words.
yeah, he did. So just since we have this tiny break right now,
Yeah.
how do you think about what do you think about your current situation?
Fine.
I don't know if Ottar's gonna make it. But we have all the necessary supplies.
Yeah, you do.
But I think Ottar's gonna... I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna make it.
I'm fine.
He might not make it. It's, you know, he was bitten by a rat, so, you know, a disease might set in.
Hey, rats are clean. You think about pigeons.
I mean,
Pigeons are disgusting. Even though they are kind of adorable.
they are very adorable. But yeah, I mean, nobody was expecting our guest star to live forever.
I'll live forever. Watch me.
Live forever in the memories of people.
Yeah, you're not dead until somebody forgets you.
Please, for the love of everything, forget him as soon as he dies.
What was his name again? I can't believe I forgot. It's unbelievable.
God, what was that guy that like stayed with us for like 2-3 days? Can't remember his name for the life of me.
Can't believe it.
But yeah, at least Shade, you had a good run. I expected, not that you're dead, but I expected.
Good run. Excuse me, I'm still alive. I haven't got anything better yet.
Before we sentence the deceased, I mean, I mean the defendant.
I actually expected actually expected him to you guys to be a little bit more unlucky during the first encounter with the rats.
Nah, I just got a hero moment out of it.
I expected somehow the guest star to just be left for dead, especially after you broke his arm. Like when the rats came, you guys saved him. I was impressed by that.
Yeah, they're normal people. Normal people do good things.
Do they?
They do the best things when it means that more numbers are more likely to survive.
Huh.
Shows you know
Do you
nothing
think?
about
Do you think more numbers right in this situation is gonna help your survival chance? In it.
No comment.
I think that says everything we need to know about your situation, Shade.
Just don't know. Sure.
But hey, you're getting very close to the point where you can possibly leave leave this place. One step at a time, Maynard. One step at a time.
Yeah.
You will be able to leave this terrible little place. Moe's grill. Moe's bar grill. You did. Whew. You did check outside during the session 2, which
Yeah, it was like a snowstorm.
now just since you're at the other side, you do not you do remember the storm being really bad.
Yeah.
Now you did not hear the storm while you were in the kitchen, which you like if it was a really bad storm you should have, because there's a window up above.
Yeah, we already figured that the storm was like slowing down.
Yeah. You think it's probably completely slowed down by now.
Alright, that's cool.
I have returned.
There you
Welcome
are.
back. You need to save our magician.
I needed?
You need.
You needed to. They want you to roll a first aid that requires your brains, and it is a
Will
difficult.
assist you.
Yes, it's a difficulty 3.
Oh boy.
Does he get feeling lucky?
He does get feeling lucky because you're assisting. Now, do
Right.
you want to use any of your skill points to get first aid? Because this is not the first time you've done first aid.
True. I'm going to spend 2 skill points on first aid.
All right.
I'm sure I've been to some seminars.
You also fixed. I think you were the one that set his broken forearm.
I think that was Einar. I
Uh,
don't remember.
Einar does not have the brains for that.
I have
Where-
very low brains.
Yeah, I only have 1 higher than you, so...
It's still one
That's
higher.
twice as much.
Alright, in any case, I need to roll a 6. So, I roll 3, and I only need 2 successes. Come on. Oh boy, I rolled a 2, a 3, and a 5. I fail all 3. I have 2 luck points left. Should I spend those?
Can you make the check with that?
I can. I need 2 successes.
That's highly unlikely. I
You
think
could
we
still get a partial success.
and 1 luck point.
There's. Know what? No, screw it. I'll spend 2.
Okay.
Try our luck. Come on. 10 and a 2.
So
I
you do get
succeeded.
partial. So it takes you a while to try to fix his leg, and you realize pretty soon that you're not going to be able to do a hell of a lot. You kind of reach a conclusion that you're pretty sure he's going to lose the leg at some point. But
I don't inform him of that.
no. But you think that you could patch him up until you meet up with your friends Stephanie and Harry, who are possibly more versed in this than you are.
Maybe.
They
We're
could-
survival nuts.
Yeah, so you could patch him up until then, which is basically until the evening of the next day, because you know it's a pretty long walk. But you would also know with that check that the leg is the least of his worries. He could just get a fever, and the pain is you have nothing to properly relieve his pain. So he's gonna be in pain, and he could possibly get an infection.
Oh,
no. I'll ignore the pain with illusion.
No, that's.
I will just believe the pain is an illusion.
You have water to clean the wound, so you can clean the wound, but
Yeah, we have plenty of water.
yeah.
Clean
Water.
it as best I can and then bind it. But
Yeah.
that's about it.
I'm guessing you're using some of the handkerchief for that.
Yes.
So yeah, you bind the leg, and you set it as well as you can, but unless Harry or Stephanie can do anything about it, he's gonna lose the leg.
Oh. Well, maybe.
That's at least your assumption.
Yeah. Leaning on more optimistic than not.
Yeah. So
They probably can do it.
I'm guessing Stidman just goes and like pats Otter on the shoulder and says, "You're gonna be fine."
Don't worry, my friend. It's just a flesh wound. Totally not just a flesh wound.
Oh fuck.
Otter squirming in pain does not notice a hear thing.
No.
So, are you guys gonna rest here, or do you want to try to just get
I think
there?
we have to let him rest.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
He can't really shoulder on like this.
yeah.
No.
So we just take the rest of our handkerchief and just lie on it.
All right. So you make a very makeshift bedding on the ground, and you rest for the evening. It's not a very it's not very you don't get a lot of good rest. When you wake up, you keep kind of waking up in between to check up on Ottar. You don't feel very restful when you like properly wake up the next morning. You think you're not even sure if you got a proper like full night's rest. But when you wake up, you do see that Ottar is still like asleep, but he's breathing heavily, and he is kind of like his breath is very shaky, his breathing is very shaky, and he seems to be sweating, but it's probably because of all the pain that he's in. But if you like, when you kind of nudge him awake, he kind of pretty quickly wakes up.
Otar, get up.
What? What?
We have to keep moving. You've rested long enough.
What?
Here, everybody eat something.
So you give everybody smoked meat. So you have a day left of rations for smoked meat. Smoked meat. You had 2 days worth. I had that written down.
Yeah.
So you have a day's worth left of smoked meat. So, you guys just want to start heading back. You've gone this way at least 3 times now. No, 2 times. This would be the 3rd time.
We should be able to travel with relative.
Yeah, you know most of the hazards, and you know that there isn't really anything, unless something has changed in the 2 days you've been away. 3 days you've been away. You should be fine.
Does it look like it's changed at all?
No.
Perfect. Well, aside from the whole science issue.
You know, Styrmir, I have been thinking.
Yeah, these are usually bad, but keep going.
So you remember that we found some sort of cleaning room, yes?
We did, but we
We did not go into it, but we found it.
We did. What about it?
I was thinking if we have a chance later, perhaps we check it out and try to find some rat poison.
Ugh, I don't know. How would we carry the rat poison? Or, make rats eat it? I don't know how this works.
We could go into the fridge and take some food out and then poison it.
I don't know. I feel like risking rats for rat poison is counterproductive.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah. The rats are on the other side, and we haven't seen any in here.
I'm just saying, we will probably have to get some more to leave this place.
True. Let's see what the other 2 were able to find, if any.
Yes.
All right. So you guys continue this conversation as you start heading off. You are supporting Otar the whole way. Like,
Yeah.
even with his cane, even with the cane, he can't really put properly his weight into it. The pain is very distracting for him. But it doesn't slow you down too much. And by the end of the day, you manage to reach the very makeshift camp from where you left Stephanie and Harry last time. They seem to have managed to make actually a camp that kind of surprises you.
As we get into shouting range, I cry out, "Steph, Harry, we found another survivor, but he is injured. Quick, can you help him?"
So, you call up, and you see. You can see Harry and Stephanie work, just kind of doing things there. They turn when they hear you, and you see Harry starts kind of just jogging towards you as you get closer within shouting as you get closer, and he goes, "Oh, he looks in very rough shape. What happened to him?"
Really, really, really big rats.
And other things too. It's a long story. We'll tell you later.
Oh, all right. He lifts Otto up, just holds him pretty easily because he's very, very strong. He is a beefcake.
Yeah. Dude is a beef.
So he basically just walks with him to the camp. You've seen that the camp that they've made is basically they've gathered some of the. They've managed to throw down, or at least gather, a bunch of napkins and make makeshift beds, like bedrolls out of them. So you have a proper sleeping arrangements. And they managed to get one of those cigarette bowls where you just put the buds in.
Yeah.
And they managed to get one of those, and they've poured like stuff that they can burn into it to get heat and just get some light. It's not a great setup, but it's like it works. Like you could at least not burn anything anywhere else than there.
Have you located any?
They've
Wait, no,
all-
actually, we're talking English right now.
Yeah.
So, have you located any food?
They will point at a significant pile of salted nuts.
I see.
And they inform you that they found some other food that they could have possibly taken, but it wouldn't have lasted very long since they have no way of storing it. Like most of the food has started going bad.
We had the same luck as you. We found some smoked meat in a fridge.
Oh, that's very fortunate. Do you think we'll be able to get some more?
It is a dangerous path after all. The rats are in the kitchen.
Well, we may need to risk it if we want to get any proper traveling food with us. We managed to make. Stephanie managed to make 2 backpacks with some of the stuff that we found. They're not anything great, but they work, and they're at least gonna be able to hold some stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
I've myself found a matchbox, so I already have a backpack.
Indeed, and we found some water to bring back.
Just as an obvious note, you would see when they point at the backpack, they look a hell of a lot more comfortable than your fucking box.
Yeah, but mine probably stores more.
It does. But yeah, they do offer you Stidman, to take one of the backpacks if you want to take it.
I do.
Alright, so I will write that on here.
Napkin backpack?
Yeah. No, not napkin. It is actually made out of proper materials. It's like textile stuff.
Fair enough.
She managed to find some She managed to find a handkerchief just like you guys and made some stuff out of that.
Backpack to carry more stuff. Alright.
Homemade backpack.
Alright. Let's put that in there. Homemade. There we go. Alrighty. So.
Other than that, they did manage to. You think that was their biggest accomplishment seems to be the water bottle that they have managed to roll all the way to the campsite. It seems to it obviously was not an easy thing to do.
No.
But you guys remember this from being on top of the counter. So they probably managed to push it off the counter and then just kind of set it up so that they could get water from it.
They did both have insanely good physical stats.
Yep.
If I remember correctly. Both with 5 or something?
He has 4, she has 3.
Yeah.
And they're both hikers and stuff, so they're pretty good.
Super athletic couple that probably have been to the top of Everest or something.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they're those super couples you see whom are totally unreasonable expectations put all of us to shame.
Yeah. But yeah, this seems to be a proper camp. You do note that most of the stuff that they have to burn, they're just kind of napkin parts, or they've take in some what do they call it? Like toothpicks, and use them to as like something to burn. And you see that they've placed like so that they can so that they can burn. They have a lighter just kind of lying kind of upwards towards the where they can burn stuff. So they have a lighter at least positioned in such a way that if you'd light it, it would burn the toothpicks. It's not optimal, but it is something. But you would also know that they would need a significant pile of toothpicks to get like any sorts of fire that would be worthwhile.
Yeah.
Which doesn't seem to be a lot right now. But you know, at least they have a proper camp going on here.
While we were traveling, I stopped hearing the storm. Have you checked outside?
We haven't had the time to check outside, but the sounds of the storm have completely dissipated, and the kind of points towards the window, and we don't see anything. At least it seems to be pretty good. We could technically start heading out of here once we just have the supplies we need, the food, and at least two more backpacks, which we do have the materials to finish.
So they did help patch up Ota, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to roll for them.
Alright.
I'm gonna roll for her, because she's actually the one that knows anything about it. And, wow, okay, yeah, she makes it.
You sound surprised.
I rolled 9777.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a hard fucking check.
Yeah.
Well, nailed it.
I mean, the leg was set, like, not in a very great way, and you had to travel for an entire day. That just made things worse.
Yeah.
So, Stephanie kind of fixes up your leg. It hurts a lot, but they kind of just give you, like, something to, like, chew on while they're just fixing your leg. And when she finishes, she kind of looks at you and says, "So I managed to set the leg right, but the damage is already done. You will probably never walk like you did before. But you will at least you will not lose your leg, at least. But any long distance traveling, well, I wouldn't recommend it unless we find a way to roll you forward. I would suggest we would set up the camp in such a let you use the camp in as good as setting as when we leave. I suggest you stay, and we'll leave as much supplies here as we can for you, because we will not be able to take everything here.
Thank you.
But yeah, you will not be able to travel much outside, especially if we need to take into account weather and other wildlife. Unless you want to wait for him to recover, but that's gonna take weeks. At least 2 weeks, I would estimate.
Where exactly would we be going?
Oh, that is what we need to decide, where we want to go. If this happened to everyone, which it seems to be the case at least, I would recommend heading towards a place that has a lot of people in it.
Oh.
A shopping center of a sorts would probably be a place where a lot of people will congregate.
Oh, that could take months to walk. At least down to Mjot.
Yeah, but that is our best option right now.
I don't like it, but you may have no choice.
I would guess that most people will try to head towards those areas. Both because they have a lot of supplies and because, well, it's probably going to have a lot of people there.
What about the blocks? Wouldn't people find a way to...
The apartments, it's probably, like, we could probably find someone there, but, like, if this happened during the day, if this happened around the time, it was around, what, 5 in the afternoon when we all fell down? Most people would either be on their way home or home.
Not sure.
Either way, it's something we'll need to decide before we leave, but it's not a rush right now. We still need to gather some supplies for the trip. We can take some time to decide what we want to do. Either way, we're going to have to scavenge on the way.
True. Well, in any case, let's get some. Let's cook some of this smoked meat. I'm sick of eating it cold.
So you start setting up. You start getting some meat ready to be cooked, and it kind of works. So, is there anything special you want to do at the camp now that you've kind of reached a place where you can kind of rest and chill with people?
Mostly just sterilize the needle I have and then use it like called. Like not a spike. What's the word I'm thinking of? Is it kirtotini? I don't mind.
Like a kebab thing.
Yeah, like a kebab thing, but I don't know what the...
Shish kebab.
Shish kebab. That's...
Yeah, like that. So I will take some pieces of meat, and then I will stab them on the needle, and then I will slowly rotate it over.
So one of the so while you're doing that, you guys will notice that Stephanie and Harry have obviously been working on making proper bedrolls, not like napkin ones, because the napkin ones would probably be destroyed outside in the weather.
Yeah.
They're not close to being done with that because they're doing so many things at once, but you know, you think that if you'd give them like 3 or 4 days to get most of this stuff done, they'd probably be ready.
Hey, Harry. With this scissor I have, maybe we can cut some fabric out of the seats.
Where did you find such small scissors?
Well, they used to be bigger.
Well, this is great. We'll be able to cut out the fabric, and that will help us go along. We can even take out some of the stuffing of the seats and use them to fill out to make parts of the bedrolls.
Yes, excellent.
This is great.
Yes.
I just give him the scissors.
All right.
You seem like you know what you're doing.
So Einar gave Harry the textile scissors.
I'm not gonna remove it from my character sheet. I'm just gonna write that it's with Harry.
We should probably attempt another raid, get more food, while you two are busy getting everything else ready.
That's probably smart.
Yes, but first, the rest.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And with that, you kind of enjoy, for the first time, really since everything happened, you kind of enjoy the evening. You cook some food, you chat, and you have a you have a nice evening. And
A strangely normal event,
Yes.
considering, well, everything.
Yeah. And finally, when you lay to rest in your napkin-made bedrolls, you get a good night's sleep. And that's where we're gonna call it.
Oh, snap.
That's probably a good place to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering we have a quote-unquote a saving bedroll.
Yeah. You have a saving campfire.
Oh yeah, of course. What
Yeah.
I'm saying, you have a campfire to save at. This is the Dark Souls of RPGs.
We have lit the bonfire.
Yes.
Yeah. So I at least wrote down that you're planning to do another raid on the kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the idea. Alrighty.
When they went to sleep at the end of the... So, we start at the beginning of the next day. There we go. Alright, I just finished writing down my notes. Now, yeah, we had this went okay. So, next time, because...
Catch it.
Next time, mainly because Otter is out of commission for now, I want to thank you, Shade, for playing a guest character here.
Mm-hmm.
So he
You
will
just
stay
did that
here.
with a leg to get rid of me. I can see through your plans.
Well, you know, whatever gets the plot moving.
That's not a no.
I never said no. But no, it's been good having you. It's been good having somebody else to like try out the system with us. And yeah, I thought it would be fun for you guys to experience, like, you got to experience a little bit of rats in session 3. And since we missed like at least one session in between there, I had to make you deal with the rats one more time. Like a minimum. But I'm looking forward to you guys raiding the kitchen, because I'm going to, unless anything changes, I'm going to name the next session the kitchen raid.
Sweet.
It's going to be the funnest time for you all.
Which will like what, a month?
Should happen next. Yeah, because you won't be here. When
That's true.
when will you
I
be
will-
back?
I will be back on the 25th of June.
25th.
Yes.
Wow, you're so we can play the 26th, because
Yes.
it is the 22nd now.
That is true. Actually, I mean,
We would
hold
be
on, let me...
our next planned time would be the 3rd
That's the
of
thing, though.
July.
All I really need is Discord to do this.
Oh yeah, true. So yeah, we could.
In theory, I could just play from the States.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
As long as you have dice, which I don't think is gonna be a problem,
No.
No.
considering whom you're visiting.
No, she has plenty of dice.
I'll at least set it for the 5th, and we'll see what happens.
All right. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. But this was it was fun. It's been a while since we've played. It took a moment there to I had to like in between kind of check on the rules again to kind of remind myself of what we did.
Yeah, they're simple enough.
Yeah. And I didn't need to like read them real hard. I had to check over the combat thing because I was a little bit unsure about it.
Yeah, those are probably the most complicated rules
Yeah.
we have.
Even then, they're not that complicated.
No, it's not having looked at them, if I remember correctly, it's you check what your opponent's brawn is, compare it to yours, apply any skills that might be relevant, and then everyone rolls and see who gets more successes.
That is very close. The
It also changes the difficulty of who has more brawn.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. It
So
depends
if
on...
you're stronger, you need to make like it. You don't need to make as many like successes.
It's just a DC 2.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, if you're stronger, you just need to succeed once. That's true.
Yeah.
If you're
But
weaker, it depends on how much weaker you are.
Yeah, yeah.
Succeed.
That's actually not... Yeah, that's actually quite simple. I like
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, it's very simple, and like it will never get like too difficult. But it's a good way of like kind of balancing it esque.
I also like that it's always an opposed test.
Yeah.
Which means...
Say that.
What do you mean? I like the fact that the odds are maybe low, but there's always a chance that the weaker one succeeds.
Yeah. We'll need to like maybe one thing I do want to do just for us that maybe before we start playing next time is just we check, because we might have to deal with the rats next time, so I want us to check over the combat stuff to be sure whether or not we like need to figure things out.
True. I would like to put forth an extra rule, bless you.
Hmm?
And that is the idea of transferring successes. So let's say that that everyone in the group needs to roll and succeed on, let's say, a difficulty 2 test.
Mm-hmm.
However, someone gets an extra die from a skill or a talent.
Mm-hmm.
And if let's say that I forget which one it was, but Lexi rolled 2 10s, so he doesn't need that extra 10. But let's say that 2 people succeed and 1 fails, and one person gets 2 successes. So, could you, in theory, donate your unnecessary success to another player? It's so that we have. It's so that we can assist each other.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you have an extra die, I would say only if you have an extra die.
Yeah, like if you
Which
only...
is sort of rare.
Yeah, that is super rare, and succeeding both is unlikely. So.
Yeah. But yeah, if you be transferring, that would mean that you're basically assisting. You're giving up you're giving up your like added.
Yes.
So yeah, I would like, yeah, I would want you to write it up so that we could like check it out and like.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me. Where did we have a Google Doc for this?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I'll
Why don't I have it bookmarked?
I do not know.
Oh, wait,
Because you're a fucking scrub.
Never mind. I just had a
No PG here.
I was about to send it to you, but you know.
No worries. I just have a gigantic list of bookmarks. So I have to scroll through it. Right, let's see.
Those.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. Combat difficulty. Here we go. Let me put it under difficulty modifiers. Alright, let's see. Wait a minute.
I was about to send you like the wrong freaking. I was about to send you the wrong file. Oh,
Wait.
I added one as well. So
There we go. 6 should be, dude. Transferring successes. Actually, I should bold that. Here we go, and bold.
yeah, we had specific we have assisting specifically here. I forgot to write check it out earlier. Assisting lowers the difficulty of checks by 1 the rating.
requires the assisting person to know how to assist you. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Transferring successes. If you... Oh, wait. Not everything should be bold. No, here we go. And when...
In a case of...
when two or more players...
Like, in this session, I lowered the difficulty rating when you were doing something that would assist in, like, an obvious way. But, like, because when you were assisting by stabbing the rat, I felt like that would just give him, I felt that would not necessarily lower the chance, it would just give you an extra die. It's still kind of an up to the DM situation.
Players have more successes than he needs. He may transfer any unneeded... Wait, he did. Successes to another player. There we go. How does that read? Is that complete nonsense?
Yes. Nah, it's fine.
It's fine. We might, like, this is probably fine for now.
Yeah,
But,
we'll
yeah,
probably forget to use this, but I like the idea that should one player succeed massively and another fail, he can lend a hand and make sure that the group works better together.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, I think this works now, at least as a, like, the, at least initial thought of the rule.
Yeah,
We may want to, like, when you have chance, like, it would be good to flesh it out a little bit.
Yeah. Well, in any case,
That doesn't need to happen now. It's just good to know that we should probably, like, flesh it out a little bit.
Yeah, true.
Just so it's, like, I think the biggest thing about it is probably, like, wording. We might want to word it a little bit better. Yeah. At least this is good for now. We at least have it written down so we can, like, reference it.
True.
But yeah, I think this might be cool. Like, this is, like, a way for you to assist everyone in, like, in bigger scenarios where you get extra stuff.
Yeah, it also helps in the fact that, let's say that everyone needs to roll, which means no one can assist each other, then you can assist after the fact.
So we could say, like, should one player have a bonus die to his roll? Like,
No. Like, just extra. Should one player have more successes than he needs?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how he got them.
Ah, true.
Yeah. So I try to keep it as open as possible.
Yeah.
But the limitations are, if you have more successes than you need, you can give them to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is good. At least for now. And I think once we reach, like, a certain point with our rules, after we've added some stuff to it, like, after we've fixed up some rules, if we feel the need, and, like, added some more stuff, we may want to, like, go over the rules again and just see if we need to fix anything.
I think we could get rid of the skill list, but I'm going to write, there is no skill list, go nuts. There we go. Perfect.
Nice.
Thanks for the game, guys.
Yeah, thanks for the game. It was a good game.
Yeah, it was. There was some nice tension, nice story, and it moved along at its tiny pace.
Yeah. It moved along at its tiny pace. It's short steps, everyone. Short steps.
Indeed, not even
baby steps.
Oh
Good
no,
night, boys.
we're baby legs.
Well, I want to thank everybody for a sensational time, and we will see you guys next time. But until then, bye-bye.